And then, did you have much cash during the race? Did they allot you cash in each leg? Because they used to say you have $180 for this leg of the race.
Right, and they showed it on film. Yeah, it was roughly around 100, anywhere from $1 to $150 for a leg.
Okay.
Which you don't want to use on anything but taxis.
Right.
So didn't eat.
Taxi. I'm convinced that taxi drivers are the entire key to winning the Amazing Race.
That is a true statement. Yes.
Okay. So do you watch Amazing Race regularly?
I have every season.
And are you watching this coming up?
I will, with jealousy. Yeah.
With jealousy? Why? Because you didn't win?
Not because we didn't win. I just want to do it again, or I want to be out there, traveling, living that again. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's I'm excited for them. Excited for them to have that adventure and see where it leads them.
It seems to be a very interesting cast this year. I don't know if you took a look at it, but they have 2 female FBI agents. Mm-hmm. They have 2 Border Patrol guys. They have 2 guys who are Guidos from the Jersey Shore.
Yep.
They have Brennan and Rachel, that's former Big Brother people, who have a huge fan following and just as many unfans. Yes. And then there's the golfers. Who do you think, have you looked at the people?
I have, yes.
Who do you think is going out the first leg?
The first leg, gosh, it's hard to say. Before going on this show, you definitely can with before going on the Amazing Race, I probably would stereotype, thinking the first one out would either be, a set of, girlfriends or, the clowns that aren't as athletic as everyone else seems to be. But a big part of the Amazing Race is luck, as well as how well you can work with your partner. So if those clowns have been married for years and years, they may do very well. It's really hard to say.
Speaking of people who've been married for years and years, Bill and Kathy, they got so lucky that first leg because it was a non-elimination leg, and then they turned around and surprised everybody.
Yes.
And did amazing, and they were just, the longer they were on the race, the more fun they were to watch. Did they encourage you, inspire you, or were they just another racer?
I think they're probably one of the people or teams that we are and still are closest with. They actually are coming to visit us in a few weeks here. Their pure kindness towards one another is a great example for Jeremy and I. Their marriage works because they're kind. I mean, purely, simply just kind to each other. They're kind to everybody, but they are always kind to one another, regardless of, how stressed they were, the circumstances they were under. They encouraged one another nonstop, and they're just great people. They're athletic for 65. They're in better shape than us. They are absolutely
Okay, you froze up just a little bit there again. So you were saying that they are in great shape for being 65 and just amazing people.
Yes, Bill and Kathy are in phenomenal shape. I mean, you've seen them in their Speedos. So we've all seen how fit they are.
So what's it like making it to the finals?
Making it to the finals was I think in the beginning not something that we expected to do. But as we kind of caught our stride, we really thought we had a fair chance at that. And our ultimate prize for both Jeremy and I was being able to make it all the way around the world. And we did see every single country that the Amazing Race had to offer in season 19. So we were thrilled to be a part of it.
Okay, so what'd you think of India? Weren't you in, what city was it? Okay, what country was it where the people were on top of the trains?
Indonesia.
Indonesia, I'm sorry.
Yes. Sorry.
And when you saw them on top of the trains, what did you think?
The poverty in that country was unlike anything that I've seen. You know, Africa has poverty, but it's I guess dispersed. There's a lot of land there. In, you know, these big cities in Indonesia, like Jakarta and Yogyakarta, it's condensed, these slums, that there's just mass amount of people and disease kind of living on top of one another. It was, you know, there's no words to describe it. It was hard to see.
Do you pay attention to world events more now that you're home? Do you watch?
Absolutely. I have tried to pay attention to world events, and I always kind of have you know, my ear open to those sorts of things, and especially now seeing it, want to be able to do more about it. I mean, it's hard to be one person to try to change things like that, but absolutely.
Okay, so if you wanted to audition for The Amazing Race, what tips do you have? This is a question everybody asks before, I know, but...
No. I don't have any true tips. I always tell people just be themselves. I think they're always casting kind of special niches, and people try to fit into those niches that, you know, the dating couple, the married couple, the girlfriends, the guy friends. You know, be yourself. You have to have kind of an intense worth ethic, and, you know, something intense about yourself to be competitive. You know, for those producers to kind of for you to catch their eye.
Cool. So, do you talk to fans a lot now, or is it not much different?
No, I do. We live in a small town, so we definitely get asked a lot of questions when we're, you know, at the grocery store, or out to eat, or, you know, just walking around. So we've got a very positive, you know, fan group in the Bay Area.
Okay. So if I asked you to comment on The Amazing Race, like maybe do a radio show with fans calling in, or comment on the show as it's going along, would you be willing to do that during this upcoming season?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Let's see, is there anything else I want to ask? I'm sure as soon as I hang up, I'm going to go, you idiot, you forgot to ask this question. Oh, I can't think of anything. Have you heard of all the reality events that people go to that have been on reality TV?
I have, yes.
And do you plan on taking part of those things?
You know, we may, if our schedules allow us, we will. You know, those that are charitable,
Mm-hmm.
we definitely want to be a part of any way we can.
Okay.
Yeah. I work too much.
You work too much, and $1 million doesn't really change your life all that much anyhow, Sandy. So what changes your life is going and seeing all those places.
Right.
That's what does that.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you very much for taking the time. So I'm going to check back in with you throughout The Amazing Race, and we'll see if we can't get a fan call-in show, or have your commentary on the race. How's that sound?
Okay. That sounds great.
Okay. I wanted to thank Sandy for taking the time to talk with me today and share a little bit about her experiences. She just goes to prove that it's not the end and that prize at the end that's most important. It's the journey. I mean, yeah, we would all love to have $1 million, but sometimes a banana can mean so much more. It's great that reality stars let us see how the shows affect their lives, and what the show Amazing Race did for Jeremy and Sandy is truly a life-changing event where they decide to do other things with their lives and want to reach out and help more than they want to take for themselves. So thank you, Sandy. We really appreciate it, and I hope to hear from all of you about Sandy's interview. Please feel free to comment. We look forward to it. Thanks.
Of me.